In this video, I'd like to address the Surface Pro 3 versus the Cintiq Companion. I did a video recently comparing the Surface Pro first generation to the Cintiq Companion because I happen to own both devices and I thought people might like to know how they compare. But I'm getting a lot of questions now about the Surface Pro 3 since that's pretty new, and I thought I'd just address those questions. So, if I were to choose between the two, I would still choose the Cintiq Companion because I've tried the Surface, and the Surface Pro 3 is not much different. It has better specs and a better processor, and the processor can be better than the processor in the Cintiq Companion, but that stuff doesn't make any difference to me because I'm an artist, and I'm using this in the context of being a tablet that I can take outside and draw artwork on. So there's a few things that are very important to me, and everything else doesn't really matter. So, screen size. Surface Pro 3 is 12 inches, Cintiq Companion is 13.3. That's an easy decision. Bigger screen is better. Now, of course, the Cintiq Companion is bigger and more robust, so it's going to weigh more, and I'll admit that the Surface Pro is quite a bit lighter, so Surface Pro wins in that regard, but for most of the time that I'm painting on the Cintiq Companion, I either have it on my lap or I have it on an easel, so weight is not really an issue. Now, as far as the pen goes, there's a lot of hype about this N-Trig thing and these dual sensors in their pen, and I've heard people say that the 256 levels is much better than the 2048 levels for the old WinTab kind of pens, but really, in my opinion, pen pressure is hype. As long as you have decent pen pressure, something around 1024 levels or even 512 levels is fine. You can do artwork just fine with very few levels of pressure. So again, I think that's just a gimmick to sell tablets. Don't worry too much about pen pressure. As long as you have pen pressure, that's all that matters. And I've done a lot of my best work on an ancient tablet that doesn't have very many levels of pressure. Moving beyond the levels of pressure and the sensor technology, the Surface Pro pen has a flat eraser, and it only has one shortcut button on the side, and it's an aluminum pen. It looks a lot like a pen. It's probably really good for handwriting, but it's not the best pen for drawing and painting. The Cintiq Companion pen, on the other hand, is made for artists. It has a round eraser, which makes more sense. It's also a better eraser overall, and it has two buttons, and two buttons makes a huge difference because it's nice to have a right click and a shortcut button to resize your brush. And then, of course, there's this nice rubber grip, and this thing is ergonomically designed for artists. So it's not a pen that's just some cheap little thing for handwriting. This thing is made to be used for long periods of time and still be comfortable, and it is. I hold onto this thing all day, and it never hurts my hand. Now, I've held other pens for a similar amount of time, and they start to wear on you. It also comes with this nice pen stand and a whole bunch of replacement tips, and a nice case that you can put it in to protect it so you don't lose it. Now, on my Surface Pro, I lost that pen within a few months, and I didn't really care about losing it because it was a piece of junk. So that's my opinion on the pen. Now, we'll take a look at the external shortcut keys, for which there are absolutely none on the Surface Pro 3. There's this Windows key, but that can only be used to go in and out of the start menu. On the Cintiq Companion, you have 8 shortcut buttons. Now, these make a huge difference because if you have these shortcut buttons, you don't need the keyboard. And if you're drawing and painting, these shortcuts are really, really nice. They are absolutely necessary. And when I had the Surface and I was painting on it, I had to get this third-party program that put these on-screen keyboard buttons on the screen, but that still wasn't as good as actually having a physical button that you can press. Moving on to the screen glare, there's a lot of glare on most tablet screens because they're glossy. Now, in the case of the Cintiq Companion, it has a matte finish, a lot like the regular Cintiq models, where it diffuses the reflection on the screen and thusly makes it easier to see, especially if you're in really bright light, like outside. So when I was painting outside on the Surface, I couldn't see anything. I can see pretty well on the Cintiq Companion as long as I'm not in direct light. So in most cases, the Cintiq Companion works really well to block glare. We'll move on to the keyboard. You can get a flip cover, something that kind of covers your screen and works as a keyboard for the Surface, but I think it's a little flimsy. It's not a very robust, thick thing. It just kind of flops around, and I don't feel like it really protects the cover, nor does it really work as a keyboard. So I prefer the keyboard that you can get for the Cintiq Companion. It doesn't come with it, you have to purchase it separately, as is the case for the Surface, but it's a nice thin wireless keyboard. It's very thin, but it's built well. It has actual buttons, it's not some fake thing, and it's Bluetooth, so it's really easy to hook up and use, and it fits easily in a pouch that comes with your Cintiq Companion, which is the next option here, the carrying case. The Surface Pro doesn't come with a carrying case. I suppose you could buy one if you wanted to, but the Cintiq Companion does. It comes with a nice custom neoprene case with a zipper. It holds your tablet, it holds your pen, and it holds your keyboard. And it's a very nice all-in-one package that you can just throw together and take with you without any hassle. And it does a great job of containing and protecting your tablet. Now finally we'll look at battery life, and this is pretty important. From what I've read, the battery life on the Surface Pro 3 is around 9 hours, and in my experience, the maximum for me that I've been getting is around 6 hours on the Cintiq Companion. Now, this is more than enough time. I doubt that anybody's really going to be working on their tablet non-stop without battery for 9 hours, and yeah, I know you might spread it out throughout a couple of days, but at some point within the 4 or 5 hour range, you're probably going to have time to charge this thing. And battery hasn't been an issue. When I've gone outside and I've gone painting, I've gone for 2 to 4 hours and had plenty of time to paint and got sick of painting and came back in and just charged the thing. There was never a point where the thing said, oh, I'm out of juice while I'm in the middle of a painting, and it ruined my day. So battery life really isn't that noticeable of a difference. 3 hours might make a difference to you, but it doesn't to me personally. So again, I'm doing this review from the perspective of an artist, and I'm an independent reviewer. I don't work for Wacom. I don't have anything against Microsoft. I'm just honestly comparing the two tablets in the context of being used for art. So I hope you enjoyed this information. If you did, take a quick second to like this video and share it on YouTube and on Facebook, and don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you can see my latest videos as they're released. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.